Promise Dike. I represent the good people of Eleme, Oyibo, Tai Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Rivers State. Mr. Speaker, I come under Order 8, Rule 4, matters of urgent public importance. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I plead that this House, under 8.4, allow that I move this very important motion that has to do with loss of lives of my constituents and others who live in my constituency. It's a pipeline explosion and fire outbreak resulting in loss of lives, many lives, and properties in Konkom and Izoma communities of Oyibo local government area of Rivers State. Mr. Speaker, I also move that this House relaxes 8.4 so that this matter, as I speak to you, Mr. Speaker, a lot of people lost their lives, even as up to this moment, for over 2 weeks. Many corpses have not been recovered, and it has to do with negligence of operators of this pipeline.
Thank you. Any second or third? Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Pipeline explosion and fire outbreak resulting in loss of many lives and properties in Konkom and Izoma communities of Oyibo local government area of Rivers State. The House notes that in the early hours of Saturday, 22nd June 2019, around 8:25 a.m., there was an incident of fire outbreak in Konkom and Izoma communities of Oyibo local government area of Rivers State. Aware that the fire outbreak, which occurred along the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC facility, around Canaan Land Hospital, Izoma, axis of Konkom, Oyibo local government area of Rivers State, is as a result of pipeline explosion. Concerned that the said explosion occurred due to the negligence of the Pipelines and Product Marketing Company, PPMC, and the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, as they were unable to carry out maintenance work on the leakage of their facility several days after the leakage was reported. Also concerned that the Pipelines and Product Marketing Company, PPMC, and the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, also failed to ensure the deployment of the appropriate security personnel to guard the facility against the possibility of scooping petroleum products. Worried that the casualties in the event were majorly people who rushed to the scene of pipeline leakage to scoop petroleum products, as well as innocent people working in their farms early that morning. Deeply worried that until now, the number of lives lost are unconfirmed because majority of the casualties are burnt beyond recognition, while many were fully and partially buried in the marshy area. But it is confirmed that scores of persons were recorded dead. Informed that farmlands, crops, and other properties worth several millions of naira have been damaged as a result of oil spillage and wildfire accompanying the explosion. I therefore resolve to, 1, observe 1 minute silence for the repose of souls lost to the inferno. 2, mandate an ad hoc committee of the House to immediately conduct a thorough investigation into the cause or causes of the explosion and report back to the House within 4 weeks. 3, urge the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, and the Pipelines and Product Marketing Company, PPMC, to quickly ensure thorough repairs of the pipeline. And finally, Mr. Speaker, urge the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, and other relevant government agencies to quickly send relief materials to the affected individuals. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
To Federal Constituency, I'm from Delta State. I rise to second the motion moved by my brother, my colleague, and a member of my minority caucus. I so second.
Move your motion, please.
A deep half of loss. Mr. Speaker, as I stand before this honorable House, a lot of my constituents and those living in my constituency, Nigerians, have lost their lives. A lot of families are grieving because of the negligence of operators of the aforementioned pipeline. Mr. Speaker, immediately after the incident, I traveled back to my constituency 2 days after. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, before I visited the site of this inferno, I paid a courtesy call, first to the DPO of Oyibo Urban Divisional Police Headquarters. And I was rightly informed, Mr. Speaker, that the police, from their preliminary reports, are concerned that the reason why this happened, in their own opinion, was because the pipeline operators, in this kind of situation, Mr. Speaker, especially when the incident was reported for several days, and they paid a visit to the site and discovered the leakage, left without informing the security personnel, first to cordon the area that were affected, and then inform the security operatives to guard to prevent the locals, the people, from coming. They left it without reporting, without even informing the immediate communities of the danger, and they left and promised that they were coming back, only for this to happen the next morning. Mr. Speaker, we were reliably informed that the cause of this incident was as a result of some inside sabotage. What do I mean, Mr. Speaker? There are people who monitor this pipeline, and they were aware that there was leakage. Because before the incident of fire, it was reported that some tankers came to that site and left. And they allege that they are collaborating with insiders who must have informed them that these products were available in that place. It was after the tankers left that the people came in their numbers and started scooping, and as a result, there was fire outbreak, leading to loss of lives. Mr. Speaker, I am worried. Yes, loss of life is loss of life. A lot of people, those who went there, even when they were not supposed to. I am worried about the innocent people, the farmers. There was an incident of a woman who died with her child tied, strapped on her back. She was in the farm that morning when this happened, and she died, and the child on her back died as well. That woman burned beyond recognition, but the child, because she was strapped at the back, was recognized that that was a baby. There was a Paiwan tapper on the tree that was caught by the fire, and he died even on that tree. There were a lot of farmers who were not concerned by the activities of those who were scooping, but they were people who were going about their duties, kind of the responsibility of providing for their families. These are my constituents. These are Nigerians. A lot of people lost their life. Mr. Speaker, I am concerned because we've had a lot of pipeline explosions and fire outbreaks that have taken lives of Nigerians. I am not speaking because it has to do with my constituency. I am speaking because this has been happening. I therefore want to use this medium, this platform, to call on this House to rise to their responsibility by ensuring that those who are responsible by carrying, because you cannot give someone license to go and operate, explore, and then they explore, take whatever that is there, and then they leave the environment unattended to. That leads to the loss of lives of our people. Just over the weekend, there was a pipeline explosion in Lagos State. And this has been happening all over the country. Therefore, I feel that it is necessary at this point in this night assembly that an ad hoc committee be set up so that we call out those who are responsible directly in taking responsibility for maintaining where they operate, for maintaining the environment, for maintaining the pipelines. Not a situation where somebody is responsible for carrying out facility maintenance and you leave it and then you lead to loss of lives before we now come back to attend to it. It is very, very wrong. Therefore, people must take responsibility for their actions and to forestall this happening again in the future. Because today it's about Oyibo local government, it's about River State. Tomorrow, we don't know the next state and those that will lose their lives. Therefore, I feel it's important, it's a national issue, and I want to urge my members, my colleagues, to look into this matter using River State as a pivot to ensure that this does not happen again in our country. As we do this, I believe that our responsibility as lawmakers is to protect lives and ensure that this life is well protected. So I want to thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity for the first time in this night assembly and for the first time in the National Assembly to contribute or to make my voice and the voice of my people who elected me to be heard. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Especially where there's negligence involved. So because of the time, and two, for security and legislative matters, it appears we have to adjourn to attend to some things. But before we adjourn, I will put the question and make a couple of announcements. Those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Those against, please say nay. The ayes have it. Okay. I think your motion had a minute's silence for the victims, right? So, honorable colleagues, let's quickly rise to our feet for a minute's silence. May the souls of the departed rest in peace.